know your rights. It's time now for Legal Point. Now your host, Carrie Kasem.
Now here's something that I hear that scares me because I hear it from my friends and they don't understand. They've got kids, and if anything happened to them, they say, oh, we have godparents. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've got godparents. That's wonderful. Have you gone to an attorney and made this official? Do you have any paperwork between you? No, but everyone knows these are the people that we want our kids with. Well, the court doesn't know that, and the court's going to ultimately make the decision. So unless you put this in writing, unless it is, you're going through an attorney, you're in trouble there. What do you find that? Do you find that people just say, "Oh, well, I got godparents"?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And just like you said, people will say, "Oh, well, everybody knows what we want." Mm-hmm. You have to understand, what I do for a living is I deal with people in crisis. I deal with the situations where something happened to them that they never thought would happen, and they often react on emotion. Like, so in my own family, I have 3 kids, and if something happened to my husband and I, not everybody, but my mom would want those kids. His mom would want those kids. Why? Because it's a tie back to us. So, can we, and when we're in those emotional states, make decisions based on that emotion that we then can justify emotionally in our head? All of this is about that. And yeah, we can. And the biggest gift you can give to somebody else in that situation is to have that planned ahead, right. Have it written down. So in my situation, if something happens to me, I want my 3 kids to go to a person that I've named in a will, and everybody should do that. It just makes it's good for your kids. It's also good for everybody that's going to fight, yes. Because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to. They want to hang on to whatever's left of that person that's no longer here.
And sometimes it might be, well, my parents want them, or maybe. You never know who's going to fight for your kids or who's going to want your kids. And, you've got to have that. It's so important. It just reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend of mine who is a single parent, and the dad's not around, and the dad kind of gave up the rights. So where's your kid going to go if anything happens? Oh, my godparent. You got to get that in writing. She didn't know. She just didn't know. Most people don't. So that's very important. A lot of things that that people don't know, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, are in your books that you've written. Right. And I know you've kind of put a team of awesome lawyers together and put this book together. And that's for people that have questions, whether it's concerning nursing homes, your will and estate plans, the POA, what to do when this happens, what to do when that happens. You've written a couple books. Let's talk about the first book before we talk about the new book sitting in front of you.
Yeah, so, years ago, I actually wrote a couple of books that were really for attorneys about trust and special needs planning, and they were really boring books and probably never helped anybody. And then at some point in time, I decided, all this information needs to get out there. And so I got together a group of attorneys, and the first one was Protect Your Family. Don't write a blank check to the nursing home. And that is available on Amazon. Also, if you're interested in it, you can get on planningandprotecting.com. Send us an email. There's a link there for you to get an email. You'll get a report about what to look for in an elder care attorney. But you also can click through them and then email that link and be offered the book. But the first book is about don't write a blank check to the nursing home. And that's so important because too many times we see people who are husband and wife, married a long time, love each other, have worked years. And, part of what I do as an attorney is help them answer the question, what happens if they die? But a second question that's really, really important is what happens if they don't and they get sick? And too many times people in this country, one person gets sick and the other one's left financially compromised, have to sell their house. And so the book helps understand what can be done. What can you do to plan ahead to make sure that you're not left financially compromised, that you protect your spouse, that you protect your kids, that you protect all those people that are really important.
For people that are just tuning in, my guest today, Julie Steinbacher, I'm Carrie Kasem. What is the name of that book for people that really need to understand what's going on and how to do it?
It's called Protect Your Family. Don't write a blank check to the nursing home.